Andrew O'Connell here with Pristine Capital. Welcome to your market recap video. It's November 4th of 2022. Let's dive in. We're going to do this quickly today. The S&P 500, we finished out the day up 1.45%. Our NASDAQ QQQ was up 1.61%, actually the best performer on the day. Our IWM small caps up 1.37%, dogs of the Dow up 1.35%. But we did have a big bifurcation in the market due to the jobs report today. We had the ARK Innovation ETF down 2.71% and our long bond ETF down 1.68%. We did have a vol crush across the board, so that is again a positive divergence. And then overall we had some pretty good breadth. We had 76.2% up volume, and our trend model flipped from a -1 to a +1 today. Our heat map looked a lot better. A lot of these mega cap tech stocks broke their losing streaks. We had Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Amazon outperforming, but we did have some underperformance by Tesla. In terms of sectors, the MSOS Cannabis ETF is in our top momentum slot. It finished out the day up plus 3.29%. Gold miners were up 10.01%. And we had our blockchain assets doing pretty well. Also, KWEB, the China Internet ETF, was up 8.26%. Very solid day in terms of style factors. We had our international momentum style factor up 2.92%. And we had good performances across the board. You can see high beta was up 1.94%. In terms of trades, I did not execute anything new for today, but let's take a look at what happened in the market. This is one of the most important factors to consider heading into the weekend. The dollar index finished down 1.94%. And look at this. We had our peak, lower high 1, and now this is lower high number 2. Our jobs data came in this morning. It came in above the expectations of 200,000 jobs created. It was around 265K jobs. And there's a lot of people that might say, hey, that's negative because that means the inflation report coming out next week could end up being hotter. Mark that on your calendar. Next Thursday, we're going to have the CPI report coming out. If it comes in hot once again, that is going to continue to be problematic for growth stocks and the market as a whole. But if it comes out lighter than expected, that is where we could see a beautiful rally, because I don't think many investors are expecting that. Now, due to this hotter than expected jobs report, we did see the long bond end up selling off once again, down 0.91%. And we had an absolute waterfall in a lot of Cathie Wood stocks. Let's take a look at the big offender for today, which was Twilio. Lord have mercy. This thing down another 34.61%. And this is actually a name that Cathie Wood had doubled down on. It was about 2 days ago that she added more to this position. I took a look through the numbers, and the main issue is that this company is burning cash. What I mean by that is, if you invest $1 in this company, for every $1 of revenue, they're not taking in $1 and turning it into $1.20 or turning it into $1.15 or $1.30. They're taking that $1 and turning it into, let's say, 85 cents, let's say 80 cents, and that is not good. Apparently, this thing is now trading at about 1 times forward sales. That's a price to sales ratio of 1 times. Last year, when we were at the peak of this bull market, we had companies trading at 100 times sales. This may have actually been one of them. Other names, DraftKings also got hit with the hammer. Same deal here for these companies that are not generating cash. They're actually burning cash. When you have a rising rate environment, what are these things actually worth? It becomes really tough to say, and it looks like no one really wanted to step out in front of that freight train. Now, this is another name, Snow, one of our Pristine Capital members, actually capitalized on this and shorted this stock for a nice winner today. This is another one of those high growth, high valuation stocks that has negative cash flow, and it really just bit the bullet today. So there's a bifurcation. When you have a rising rate environment, we are noticing investors are committing capital to the market, but it is in names like this. First name I want to share with you, we shared this with members earlier, is Crocs. This is a company that reported pretty solid earnings. They have very good earnings growth, very good sales growth, and cash flow. And this company was moving out to the upside today. Very similar to Arista Networks. This is a name that we added to our portfolio yesterday. Finished out the day up 7.21%. So there are some good names out there as well. Exact Sciences. This is also a Cathie Wood name. So she did good on this one, up 16.17% today. We had SQ, which was up 11.5%. Still looks like a horrible chart, but I guess that was better than expected. And then, of course, let's take a look at KWeb, which is our big winner for today. The Chinese Internet ETF, this thing is now above the 20-day simple moving average. Overall, this thing is still in a pretty rough-looking trend. You can use this $22.98 level as a potential trigger if you're interested in trading this group of stocks. And what else do we have today? The MSOS cannabis stocks, these were up 3.29%. This has been a very tough group to trade, but I will say it is forming sort of like a volatility contraction pattern here, and now we're above the 50-day simple moving average. Now we did have some of these solar stocks like Enphase did get clubbed, and we've also talked about this within our trading community, that stocks like Enphase, this solar group, if the Democrats end up losing the majority as a result of these midterms, these solar stocks, for no other reason other than just like a technical trade in the market, they could end up being some good shorts. So we definitely have to be cognizant of that. Also, another thing that I want to put on your radar, we actually did a revamp of the Pristine Capital website. This is something that we've been working pretty hard on. And we are also opening up our community. Feel free to sign up and take advantage of our 1-month free trial. With that being said, that about does it for today's market recap video. We're going to be putting out our weekend market analysis video. We're going to be taking a look at some companies that actually have earnings, sales, cash flows, and we're going to be highlighting those names. And then we're also going to be putting out our weekend market analysis video. Thanks so much for watching today. Hope you all have an awesome weekend.